So a little context before we talk about the tournament. A few videos ago, I dissected Genesis 9 to the best of my ability. However, as a newcomer to the scene, I left a bit to be desired in terms of, what are they called? Facts? Luckily, everyone was pretty forgiving. I didn't get any comments about, like, what is this? Smime? Mango lost on day 2, not day 1? Okay. J-Mook over Zain was not an upset. Okay, Smime. If you know so much, why don't you write a video? The following is an essay about Summit 11, one of the most important moments in Melee history, and is written in majority by Smime. Everyone say thank you, Smime. There's a lot going on in the world of Melee today, the most significant probably being the end of BTS, the production team and esports network behind some of Melee's biggest events and the online hub for Melee content. BTS shutting down means two things. One, the Melee community in effect loses a home, left feeling displaced and alone, losing the org that carried them through the past decade and a half of ignorance and disrespect from Nintendo. And two, I might not get the hoodie I ordered. That last one really hurts. But in light of the loss, let's rewind back to the biggest tournament in Melee's history. The 11th iteration of Smash Summit, BTS's flagship tournament and one of the most beloved events in Melee. Summit 11 was held in 2021 and came off the back of the biggest dry spell in in-person competitive Melee since Brawl. This was of course because of COVID, the most hated thing since Brawl. During this period, Melee existed online thanks to Fizzy. Everyone say thank you, Fizzy. During this online era of Melee, there felt to be a gap between the top two players and everybody else, what some might call a Mango Zain tier. From the shutdown of offline Melee up until Summit 11, Mango and Zain won 11 of the 12 tournaments they both entered. Mango winning 3 of those tournaments, leaving Zain with an astounding 8 major online tournament wins. So going into Summit, the top 2 seeds were locked with Zain at 1 and Mango at 2. Followed by Wizzy at 3, he's the one who snuck in that 1 of 12 from Zango, 4 being Cody Schwab, 5 Plup, 6 SFAT, 7 Moki, 8 Nun, 9 Amsa, and 10 Hungrybox, which maybe feels like a weird placement for one of the most dominant players to ever touch the sticks, and at the time the most recent Melee god to sit on the throne. Well, the online era didn't treat HBox well, coming 17th at Frame Perfect, 13th at Levo, and 9th at Glinton SCL4. So HBox is stuck at the 10th seed. The headlines of the tournament are, can Mango beat Zain? Can Wizzy, Cody, or Plup break through to finals? And is Hungrybox still good? And how much of the growth during the online era of Melee would be reflected in the return of 2 sweaty guys looking at a CRT? Oh, there's another headline leading into the tournament, a word that might as well be an antonym for Melee. Money. The prize pool for Summit 11 was largely crowdfunded, and thanks to the hype of the return of in-person, it became the largest prize pool in Melee history. And it wasn't even close. Genesis 9, the focus of my last video and probably my favorite tournament, had a prize pool of around $20,000. EVO 2016, probably still the most famous Melee tournament of all time, had a prize pool of about $20,000. Summit 11's prize pool was over $150,000. Big tournament. Let's get started. All right, so after pools, all the top 5 seeds plus Hungrybox are in winner's side. Things are looking up for the online sleeper. Zain 3-0s Kadorn and a Marth Ditto, a matchup where Zain is pretty much untouchable. Hungrybox takes a close set over Amsa, keeping his dream alive. Then Cody sends Wizzy to losers, an upsetting loss for the 3 seed who seems like the only one with up-close evidence that Zain and Mango are human. Next up is Plup versus Mango. There's a lot of ways to describe Plup. The goat of Ironmans, the best movement in Melee, the second player to beat all 5 gods, the best Samus of all time, the preeminent Terraria streamer. He doesn't have the optimized punishes of J-Mook or the patience of Spark, but here's the thing about Plup. Other players play Sheik. Plup plays Melee. Plup is Plup. And in the set against Mango, who on paper should win, Plup was Plup. Using platform movement like no one else can, Plup took a dominant 3-1 over Mango and looked basically unbeatable. Now this doesn't eliminate Mango, this is winner's side in a double elimination tournament, but it does dampen his chances of winning, is what you might say if we were talking about anyone but Mango. You can think of loser's side as prison. For most of us, it's the last place you want to be, but for some reason, some people just thrive there. Okay, back to winner's bracket. Plup now has to take on Zain. Sheik Marth is a matchup that's often seen as difficult for Marth. Sheik preys on mistakes with her superior punish game. Marth has to win neutral a majority of the time to even have a chance. And with Plup playing hot, just beating Mango, there's absolutely a chance. Zain wins. And 3 stocks Plup. Twice. Next up is Cody versus Hungrybox. Cody and HBox are 2 players who at this time represent completely opposite things. The fast, technical, flashy, aggressive character in Fox versus the slow, floaty, strategic character in Jigglypuff. Cody pre-pandemic was certainly a riser in the scene and a threat, but not really to win super majors. Now, he was a top 5 seed in anything he entered. Hungrybox pre-pandemic was the #1 player in the world for 3 years running and the odds-on favorite to win every single super major. Now, he's a double-digit seed. In the online era, Cody was up 8-1 on HBox with more 3-0s than Hungrybox set wins. The result? A 3-1 win for Hungrybox. It wasn't a wash by any means, but Hungrybox was putting on a show. He was making it feel like these hours grinding online meant nothing. That he could take some time off, focus on content creation, and then hop right back in the driver's seat. In losers quarters, matches are set to be Plup versus Wizrobe and Cody versus Mango. These matches could not be more perfect for Plup and Mango to move on. Plup has gone 14-1 against Wizzy in one of his favorite matchups, Captain Falcon, while Mango gets to play one of his favorite matchups, Falco Fox, and a player he's beaten 9 times in a row. Plup and Mango win. Now winners finals and losers semis are set. Zain versus HBox, the #1 online player versus the #1 offline player, and a rematch of Plup versus Mango. An important detail I've yet to mention is Mango's character selection. Before Summit 11, Mango publicly stated that he would not be playing Falco and would opt for his lesser played character Fox. Well, except against 2 characters, Captain Falcon and opposing Foxes. This was a heavily scrutinized decision at the time, and it seemed to be fair to this point. Mango lost to Plup using Fox. He then went on to beat Moki, Nun, and Cody with Falco. And at this point, no Captain Falcons and Foxes were left, so Mango can't play Falco again. Game 1 against Plup, he's staying to his word, and he's playing Fox. Mango takes game 1, 2 stocks to 0. Plup uncharacteristically loses a stock off a Shine Spike because he didn't sweet spot the ledge. Game 2, Mango wins on Plup's counter pick to go up 2-0 in a close 1-stock game. This game was representative of Mango's elite sharking ability, getting 2 up airs in the magnifying glass, but really it was Plup's game to lose, and he lost it. Game 3, and the script flips, a solid 2-stock to make the score 2-1. Game 4, Mango's counter pick. Mango takes a set. This was a game where it felt like both players were killing off of every opening, and in that style, no one beats Mango. Loser's side, Mango strikes again. On to Hungrybox versus Zain. Like Cody, Hungrybox has a bad record online against Zain. But as we saw against Cody, online records might not matter much. The Marth-Puff matchup is at its core about 3 things. Marth not letting Puff in with her aerial drift to set up edge guards and rests versus pivot tippers, and Marth's ability to punish Puff's landings. In game 1, Hungrybox lands 2 rests to Zain's 0 tippers, and 2 edge guards to Zain's 1 kill off Puff landing. Hungrybox takes game 1. In game 2, Hungrybox misses 2 rests. Zain takes it. HBox takes Zain to Dreamland, where Zain picks up another win. Game 4, Hungrybox jumps out to an early lead and gets his first rest setup of the set, an up tilt, a Jigglypuff bread and butter. This all but wins the set for Hungrybox and should carry him to a game 5. But he misses it. This doesn't immediately lose him the game, but it does even things up, and you have to wonder if he hits that if he had practiced at the level of Zain or Mango. Last stock, HBox gets into an RTC rest situation, but he doesn't go for it because he hasn't practiced it like maybe he should have. And the set ends poetically with a Zain pivot tipper. So down in losers, we have the battle of the gods. Online versus offline. Aggressive versus passive. Fox versus Puff. Mango versus Hungrybox. And the winner plays Zain in the biggest grand finals of all time. In the matchup between Fox and Puff, there are 2 things you need to know. 1, the matchup is horrible for Puff. And 2, if Hungrybox is involved, forget 1. Since Hungrybox's resurgence to #1 in 2017, not a single active Fox has a positive record against him in offline sets. Not Mango, not Leffa, not SFAT, not Plup, not Cody, not Fiction, not Drugged Fox, not Moki. No one. In most cases, it isn't even close, even against top player, like being up 38-10 on Plup. Hungrybox and Crunch simply set out to dominate every Fox that crossed their path, and they succeeded. Game 1 comes and goes in a flash. Game 1 was over in under 2.5 minutes, which is unheard of in a Fox-Puff matchup, especially a match with no rest stock trades. Mango decided to play hyper-aggressive, which typically isn't the strategy for when Fox is fighting Puff, but when you're on, and Mango takes a decisive 2-stock game. Then on Dreamland, Mango takes a close game 2, sticking to his dash dancing style, playing the game, not the matchup. Very Mango. Hungrybox takes game 3 with a last stock rest, a significantly slower game despite 2 early rests. But now HBox has to win twice on Mango's counterpick. Mango takes it in Yoshi's story. Okay, well, I guess we ended up with the Zango finals after all. However, things aren't exactly even. Mango has just come out of a grueling losers run, and Zain has lost 2 games total. But in times like these, it's unwise to sleep on the kid. Alright, so this is going to be a Marth-Fox set, likely the most contentious and important matchup in Melee history. For the past 15 years, Fox being the best character in the game was widely considered fact. This is mainly because Fox is considered to have 0 losing matchups, 2 even matchups, and wins the rest of them. The 2 even matchups were Marth and Falco. This was until a certain Swedish Fox main decided that he felt differently and that Marth-Fox was 60-40. This narrative began before Zain's reign, but really hadn't been accepted as a possibility until after Zain hadn't lost to a single Fox since Smash Summit 8 2 years prior. The win rates of Marth vs. Fox also came out to be almost exactly 60-40. However, Mango believed in this matchup more than most, going as far to say that he thought Fox was winning. However, remember, to Mango, it isn't about playing Marth-Fox. It's about playing Zain. Mango-Zain was a relatively new rivalry, but it was already pretty great. It really began at Big House 9. Mango was coming off a run where he'd gotten 13th at Main Stage, 5th at Smash Camp, 9th at Smash Con, 9th at Summit, and 7th at Smash and Splash. For Mango, this was out of character and led him to being placed at 6th seed. Zain was a top threat to win a Super Major, but at this point, hadn't done it yet. Zain would reach Grand Finals through winners and shockingly met a resurgent Mango in a 10-game set where he was denied his first Super Major win. Their next meeting was in Winter Finals of Genesis 7, where Zain would win and then go on to win his first Super Major. What followed was a long period of online dominance where they would trade supremacy, seemingly all cultivating into this moment. Mango, Zain, Grand Finals at Smash Summit 11. Well, after 2 games, Zain's up 2-0, so great Mango run, great tournament, but GG's. Don't be so callous, you might say. Reverse 3-0s happen all the time. Not in this matchup. Not against Zain. But fine, I'll humor you. Let's do some math. Mango has to win this next Dreamland game, something he just failed to do despite a Zain SD, and something that he only does about 55% of the time. So let's say he has a 55% chance to win this next game. He then goes on to FD, where Mango has to win back-to-back. Zain is 22-5 against Mango on FD, and an insane 22-0 against Fox on FD since Smash Summit 3 years ago. The most generous estimate to give Mango for each FD game is 20%. So that's 55%, then a 20%, then another 20%. And if he does all that, he has to do it all again. Mango's coming from loser's side. Zain hasn't lost yet. Zain has to lose twice to be eliminated. It's over. Anyways, on to game 3. Game 3, and Mango, with nothing to lose, puts it all on the table and admittedly plays a lot better. Mango was suffocating Zain. The pressure was relentless, and he takes a 2-stock win on Dreamland. However, FD is inevitable. Game 4, and Zain gets a grab very quickly, showing why Marth on FD is one of the best counter picks in Melee. He gets the grab and the regrab, and then he drops it, which causes him to lose a stock, now playing 3 stocks to 4 against Mango in Grand Finals of the biggest tournament ever. He looks frustrated. Zain ties it up, 3 stocks to 3. Mango takes a stock off a falling up air, 3 stocks to 2. Zain takes a stock, Mango replies, a clean 2 stocks to 1. But it's Marth on FD. Zain brings it to 1 stock to 1. Marth at 90, Fox at 0, but all it takes is 1 grab. And he gets it. Grab, regrab, 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 up tilt, regrab. And Mango escapes with his final tournament stock left intact. Mango hits a back air and takes it. And suddenly Zain's chances of winning basically stay unchanged. He is still so far in the lead. Game 5, and Zain takes the first stock with a clean punish off a grab, 4 stocks to 3. Then Zain does the unthinkable and SDs off an edge guard. What looked like a certain 4 stock to 2 lead is now 3 stocks apiece. Zain misses a ledge dash that would have killed Mango. What should be 4 stocks to 2 is now a Mango lead. There's a feeling in the air. Is this what everyone was talking about? How different is this video game when you have to sit 2 feet from your opponent? How much of an advantage does a seasoned vet really have in moments like these? For now, Zain converts an edge guard and makes it 2 stocks apiece. Mango gets a shine spike for a clean stock, 2 stocks to 1. Mango gets an opening and another shine spike. Against all odds, we have a reset. Game 6, and Zain seems to answer any doubts about his punish game. On to Game 7. If Mango can't clutch here, he'll have to win FD back-to-back again. A bit of a Herculean task. We're at 1 stock apiece, but Mango's at 65%. Mango slowly builds up percent on Zain and hits a rob smash to make the count 1-1. On to Game 8, FD. This time, Zain gets the clinical FD game he was looking for earlier with a 2-stock victory. Game 9, and Mango needs 2 in a row. He comes out to an early 2-stock lead, but Zain closes the gap and makes it a stock apiece. Mango's on tournament stock again. Come on. We're going to Game 10. Zain takes stock 1 to make it 4 stocks to 3. Everyone in the venue is rooting for Mango. Zain takes another stock, makes it 4 stocks to 2. Mango has to stop the bleeding, and he does to get to a clean 3 stocks to 2. Mango gets an edge guard, and all of a sudden it's 2 stocks apiece. Pressure makes diamonds. Mango strikes first, 2 stocks to 1. Zain returns the favor, 1 stock apiece. 0% each. Game 10 in the grand finals of the biggest Melee tournament ever. Mango chants are echoing through the halls. More money is on the line than any other moment in Melee history. Scar, Brandon, and are losing their minds. I wouldn't dare interrupt. Let it play.
It has to be this way.
I'm losing my brain.
Crowd going crazy. Chant for Mango.
This is the new rivalry of the
Oh.
God, he delays that bear.
Oh, the shield drop.
Zain dropping the punish.
That's it.
Mango winning his first ever Smash Summit.
And the biggest prize pool in
The
Smash
biggest
history.
prize pool in Smash history.
I cannot believe it, Scar.
Mango a champion through the ages.
He has finally done it.
Zain was so close so many times, but I think the pressure was just too much.
Oh my God.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
That got
what I
me
just
up
witnessed.
out of my seat,
I don't
bro.
believe what I just witnessed.
Literally. Was that the greatest set of Melee?
That was
that might be.
I'm
that the greatest?
calling it now.
We've been playing for 20
I'm
years.
down to wait for the pundits and the analysts.
My goodness, that was the set of wills
calling it now.
that was the most of a set of wills I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mango wins Smash Summit 11. Cut to present day for a moment. Cody has demonstrated that Marth Fox is, if anything, Fox favored. And Zain, even after that heart-crushing loss, was #1 in the world in 2022. We saw Yoshi win multiple majors. A player debuted in the top 100 at number 6. The scene is hardly recognizable after that fateful Mango Zain set. But that's exactly what makes Melee beautiful. It doesn't stay static. Melee is a long string of moments. Mango winning Summit 11 is just one of those moments, and in the overall story, it will surely be outshined one day. Just like Apex 2015 before it, or EVO 2013 before that, or MLG Las Vegas 2006 before that. But this was a historical event for many reasons. It made Mango both the youngest and oldest player to have a major tournament win, as well as the first player to win a major in 3 different decades. It cemented his place atop any ranking of the greatest Smash players of all time, and it gave us another legendary Mango losers run. But I'd like to focus on one thing in particular, a line from Homemade Waffles. Who wants the 70% of the 45,000? To some, this may seem like something was said wrong. The pot wasn't 45,000, it was 155,000, and they certainly weren't getting 70% of it. This was a callback to tournaments on Waffles' channel that were run out of basements and garages that didn't have thousands of dollars on the line, more like $45. This is how far Melee has come. 12 years later, it's not just still around, it's more alive than it's ever been. Think about any other game. Street Fighter 6 comes out in a few months. It would be absurd to suggest that the biggest moment in Street Fighter 6's history comes 20 years from now. But that's what Melee does. It survived through the worst of times, through small tournaments and basements with small prize pots. But it also thrived when it finally got the support it deserved, even though the creators of the game did everything they could to stop it. The only reason Melee exists today is because of the community that's been fostered around it, and nothing can take that away. Listen, I only recently became interested in Melee. I'm really excited to be contributing content in the small way that I have, but I feel like this next paragraph doesn't resonate as much as it should coming out of my mouth. So I just want to remind everyone that these next words are the words of Smime, someone who's been on this ride a lot longer than I have, a seasoned vet, if you will. I would like to thank the people who worked at BTS, who ran these events and became a staple of the community, for the opportunities that you brought to the game and the eyes that came with it, for helping to grow the game from a previous installment in children's fighting game to the best esport in the world, for branching out of just Smash and making sketches, playing Mafia, and allowing players to shine through their personality. Thank you for everything, and best of luck to anyone involved. That's it. Big, long video, but it was a lot of fun. I appreciate it if you made it this far, and I just want to reiterate one more time that all of the detail and in-depth analysis came from Smime, someone who ripped me apart in the comments of my last Melee video. So shout out to him, and hey, if this blows up, maybe he'll help me make more videos, so that'd be cool. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Long one, I know. Thank you.
The Connor Show.